Don't look under the internet.
We're recording? Let's do this. Maybe this will be better.
Very, very meta.
Very intuitive with the mic that you can see that
Your
Jack
gamer
has
mic.
been fucking
Chewing up.
on.
It's his now.
What a little bitch.
Hey, it's okay. Do you have video? Are we on video?
No, we're not doing video right now.
Oh, okay.
Just because we're in the same room and I don't have to record you.
Yeah, you're right.
So, you know.
I take it welcome
Welcome
to Don't Look Under the Internet. Doug and I are in the same room this time, so I won't sound like a ghost. And Doug won't vape.
Yeah, hopefully it's a learning curve because me and Mike are slightly stupid. So
Thank you for being generous. Slightly stupid.
Good band, but yeah. So we're here and we're gonna try and get this roped in a little bit better than last time.
Yes. Just forewarnings again, just in case. Apologies for the not as great audio, but this will be the last episode that doesn't have the best quality audio because this weekend we're moving everything into the basement, and we'll have access to all the fancy mics and the Rodecaster and whatnot. So bear with us for one more week. That's all we need is one more week.
That's it.
That's it. You guys hold strong. Be strong. Just to re-up, just in case someone missed the last couple episodes, we're cutting down on episodes because we realize that 12 episodes is too much to edit, especially for one person. That's why Jason's taking a nice little vacay because, it's been earned. It's been well earned. So it's just going to be me and Doug for maybe another week.
Yeah, I think it's one more
episode.
Happens. Basically, will be me and Mike doing our little side story stuff that we've been kind of doing, and then you can expect us to hit on what we would like to call Deludi Season 2, I guess. Deludi Season 2, and rebranding ourselves as Deludi V3.
New Ludi. Again.
Ludi again.
But yeah, again, we appreciate all of you for bearing with us. I know I've gotten like 2 complaints about the missing 411's audio.
Yeah.
It happens. We it's out of our control. We couldn't do anything with it. That was honestly better than what it originally sounded like. So it is what it is, and hopefully this one comes out better. But again, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Patrons, thank you so much for staying on. We haven't lost one yet, and we appreciate that about you.
Don't jinx us, bro.
Just like we mentioned, 12 episodes is a lot. We are going to be cutting back quite a bit. We're still going to put out our weekly episodes. We're going to do 1 bonus a month, 1 SCP, and 1 cryptid a month. We may do more than 1 bonus a month. It really just depends on how we're feeling, but you're at bare minimum getting 1 a month.
The bonus episodes are really easy for us because we can literally sit down, shoot the shit for 30 to 45 minutes, and virtually have no editing to do on them, so we can kind of crank those ones out, and it's not really an issue.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to like our SCPs and our cryptids, and we use all the crazy voices and the sound effects and all the weird shit,
that's when the editing gets rough.
A little tedious on that end. So, but either way, we're going to come back with better content, more quality content for you guys, and we probably sound like fucking broken records at this point, just to reiterate. But also, we appreciate everyone for sticking around, for, the support that we've been receiving from you guys. It's very much appreciated. It keeps us, level-headed and focused and wanting to come back for more. So,
yeah. And we've even gotten like a whole heck of a lot more like Spotify reviews too. I mean, we were at 105 at the time of recording this, and we got a new Apple Podcast review, which bless your soul. I'm gonna paraphrase it a little bit because it is a lengthy one, but I just wanted to kind of shout it out a little because it was very nice of them to say. The person is Calamity Calamari. and they basically said that if you like my brother, and me, you'll like us, and we're kind of like a mix between them and last podcast, but a lot more, I guess, relaxed and just personable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they also said that they really appreciate our dedication to mental health awareness and suicide prevention, which, I mean, yeah.
We've been talking about that as well because, for anyone who's stuck around since the beginning, one of our early episodes, Yay Video Games, we were talking about, any money we make from that episode will go to suicide prevention. And right now we don't exactly make money that way, so we're probably just going to make like a donation instead because it's just easier for us to do.
Yeah, with our new, kind of like new Ludi, we figured we're still not really making, like Patreon is really the only way we're making money at the moment. We're not getting advertisers right now. We're not getting like YouTube money, so there's no way to make money off specific episodes now. So we're just going to take a portion from every month's Patreon money and we're just going to donate it to like mental health charities or suicide prevention charities, things of the such.
Such of the things.
Yes, because, that kind of stuff is important, and we appreciate you guys, listening to that kind of content that we put out. That includes that sometimes, because when you start to look under the internet, a lot of the creepy stories have a lot to do with those kind of
trigger topics.
Topics, yes. So, but yeah, I thought that was just a really sweet comment, so I wanted to read, paraphrase it a little bit. But thank you very much, Calamity Calamari. Man, that's just a crazy time, right, Doug?
It's a very crazy
Crazy.
time. You know what's even crazier, though?
What's crazier?
A box.
A box of what's in the box?
It's a box of crazy.
Fuck.
I know, right?
Fuck.
This is where I wish we had the MIDI pad, so I could be like...
I know, right? I missed that. Yeah, I mean... So what are we talking about?
Well, so we're actually talking about something that's actually new to me that I'd never seen before. And typically we do like a Twitter story or a YouTube story or something along that originates on like, Facebook or something like this. But we're bringing it back now. We're bringing it to the Imgur. I hope that's how people pronounce it.
It's technically Imager, but you're wrong. It's Imgur, in my opinion. It will always be Imgur.
Imager.
It's one of those, do what you want with that.
Yeah. But it's, it's like, so when you're on Imgur, it's just photos.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of, a text element to it, but realistically it's just people sharing photos. I assume, I don't really use it. I've never really used it ever, to be quite honest.
I was obsessed with Imgur for years. It's still on the front of my phone. Like, I'm on that like every day.
I feel like, is it kind of like Tumblr? Was it like how Tumblr is?
Yeah, but almost no nudity. There was, and then the great non-nudity happened, and they got rid of it just like Tumblr did, and everyone lost their shit.
It's actually why I stopped going on Tumblr.
I need my porn.
I don't have my porn no more. But yeah, so basically this post starts November 3rd of 2013. This is when they posted the image, the gallery, I'm going to be calling it, I guess. And there's like, what did you say? It was like 128 photos.
Yeah, it's a fuckload of photos, because we get the mention of this from a Reddit page as well.
Yeah. So it's linked from a Reddit page, but you could obviously find it on.
Do you want me to read the Reddit page real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have it. So the Reddit page is from a poster named u/tramstopdan, and it's just a picture of this like wooden suitcase, it looks like, and it's just the title is just large box full of odd illustrations of an event, aka the box of crazy found by the trash bins, and it links to this Imgur post again. Fucking care. You figure it out. Is it Imgur or Imager? Is it Imgur or Imager? Hit us up at our Deludy phone number to let us know. 630-909-9366. Just 630-909-9366.
No.
630-909-9366.
No. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and just mash that bell.
Smash that bell. Yeah, tell us a bit about the Imgur post.
Well, it's 128 photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize the photos, because some of them are like, honestly, if you can go and look at this right now.
I highly recommend
I'm talking about it because it's probably easier just to do that. If you Google the Box of Crazy, you'll find it.
Yeah, highly recommend looking up the pictures.
But if you can't do that, or if you're listening to this while you're driving or while you're sleeping or whatever it is, here's going to be an ear fucking of all of the images and what you'll see in this box. So basically, the first image we see is of the box. It's like a 29 by 38 inch box or something like that.
Yeah.
It just looks like a briefcase. Like, that's what I would say. It looks like a big brown briefcase. But there's a picture of it open, and you see just like a shit ton of pages and drawings and like scripts just like piled into this thing. So the first 4 pages that they show you are literally like labeled page 1 through 4, and it's just writing. And page 1 talks about, this guy starts going on about cloud formations, and he's like really expressive. I don't know if you actually read page 1 through 4 or not, but like,
yeah,
he's just going on and on about clouds and how there's no possible explanation other than that they were formed by flying saucers, and like you can see like all the details, like you can tell it's not a hallucination because you can see like into the clouds, and there's depth to the structure inside of the clouds. Basically, he starts talking about flying saucers. And so page 2 opens up with his theories about like where the saucers' means of flight are coming from, and he goes on to express how it's similar to, what's said in the Bible, and he's describing these like entities as almost like angel-like in appearance, but I'm talking like classic angel, not like biblically correct angel.
Yeah, it's just the dudes with wings and halos.
Oh, and I actually forgot to mention. Oh wait, no, that came after these pages. That wasn't before.
Yeah,
but
this guy, he doesn't just like creep into the weird shit. It's just like page 1, clouds aren't real. Aliens made the clouds, like just right off the jump. And then
the last 3, the page 3 and 4 are literally just him going into alien and angel craziness and like mixing the two worlds together, which is actually really common if you follow, anything you follow.
Jesus was an alien.
Yeah, Ancient Aliens, really good book. Eric von Danovich, great read if anybody cares. So the next image we get after those 3 pages of script is a really nice, like, looks like almost a hand-drawn periodic table.
This motherfucker can draw.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, this guy, I mean, they kind of allude to the fact that he's, like, a CAD engineer.
Yeah.
And I'll get to who this guy who made this is later, because I have a bunch of that info.
Yeah, because the images actually don't it keeps referring to this unnamed person or like whatever. But so yeah, we get the image of the periodic table, and then we get an image of what looks like a patent application that's like extremely detailed, and I believe it's like labeled as like railway bearings or something.
Yeah,
like that.
They look like ball bearing type of things.
But yeah, it's like a ball with like a track around it with like more balls on the outside. It's very like, it looks like a ball bearing.
God, this is whiskey. Oh wait. What are you drinking? Craig. What are you thinking? There's a bottle here and it's empty. Yeah, it's Elijah Craig.
It is. It's Elijah Craig.
I just had to pencil that in because I don't think I've done that in a month.
Yeah, we didn't do it on the last episode for sure, right? Mm-mm. Hell yeah. Get it, boy.
So Elijah Craig, it's strong. Pretty good.
Small batch, but it's strong batch.
Strong batch.
Strong bad. Anyways, okay, so where was I? We're looking at the ball bearing. Looks like a patent. Okay, yeah. So then we get a random image of a map of airline routes, which is kind of cool looking. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of like. There's not much said.
I think there's a couple like drawings of like continents and stuff in this as well. Nothing out of the normal besides this weird like patent for a ball bearing thing.
Yeah, so they kind of give you, it starts off like aliens, craziness, and then it's like, some nice images. Like he said, there's like those little hand-drawn maps of the world, but they actually have like a bunch of holes, like not a bunch of holes, but like each page has like a hole on them.
Yeah.
For some reason, like the person, the poster is like really adamant that, they think that something can be overlaid on them or something like that. But
it's like from that scene from Iron Man 1 when he lays out all the papers and it makes the suit.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what he was trying to go for. Because I think all the holes, I think they're like all like in the middle of the paper or something, or they're like in very specific
closely
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually a part where they mention, like, he's like, keep in mind, all of these are like, little snippets of like one larger image and stuff like that. But that comes a little later. Then we see like a Dutch letter, or like a letter that's possibly from like
Dutchland.
From Dutchland.
Danish or whatever.
It's like a Danish letter. Basically, you can't read the letter is what the takeaway is here. And then you see it's just a Veterans Administration medical card. And then we get this page with a really odd illustration, something that basically the illustrator of the image saw in Tampa, Florida in 1977 that changed his life.
I mean, I would say a lot of things in Tampa, Florida can change your life.
I was born in Tampa, Florida.
It changed your life.
It did change. It started my life.
Yeah, I would say most things that you find in Tampa, Florida, probably especially in the 70s, probably change your life for the worse. Like, that's probably where you see, like, some meth head fucking an alligator or something.
That's true.
While Mickey Mouse just records it.
I lucked out because I was a Florida kid and I never became a Florida man.
I was always Florida boy.
I was just Florida boy. So I lucked out on that end. Whatever. But yeah, so Mike, what was this first sketch? Do you remember?
I know it's a bunch of like, it's like a bunch of like UFOs, and like, if you want to call them angels.
Yeah.
I mean, I think now we're kind of, because I don't remember if they're like, I don't think they're super detailed. I think you mostly just get like figures with some wings.
Yeah, you get like some human head looking angels, and then some like more like beast like head looking angels. But for the most part, it's like a circle of UFOs beaming lights down on like what looks like a tropical area, which Florida does look pretty tropical. And then those angel figures like floating in between them.
Yeah, and he adds color too, because I think the beams are like red.
Yeah. And then, like I said, there's a few renderings of the entities. This part that I'm talking about, this sketch with the flying saucers and the entities, is like maybe 100 photos, because like half the photos are like close-ups of pieces of the photo.
Yeah.
And then there's like full parts of the photo. It's like very just detailed images.
There's a fun doodle of a cow wearing a hat.
I think they called it helmet.
Yeah, it's just there. And it's cute.
It is. It's very cute. There's some like weird geometric shape images that look like somebody was just like bored almost. And,
it's exactly what you do if you pick up like a protractor or something in like middle school.
Just me.
Yep.
And then like honestly, from there it just cuts like back and forth between pictures of the entities and then the spaceships, and then randomly it's like, yo, here's a black and white nude photograph.
Hell yeah. My man was getting porn.
Yeah, he's like, no one's gonna find this. Oh, damn it.
My wooden briefcase.
But yeah, it just ends with tons of images of that original patent image that he had, that we saw before. But he was like drawing it way more detailed.
Yes.
With his mouth way more open and way more happy.
Happy's a word.
With his mouth more open.
I mean, I don't want to make the innuendo, but there's an innuendo there. It's not my place to judge.
Hey, well, you can. That's pretty much where we end on images. We'll stop that.
You've
there.
forgotten, I think, about the most important part of some of these images, and it's the weird fucking alien puma space train.
Oh, right, yeah.
There is an image of, I believe it's just like...
It literally is a train on one side, and then another train, I'm doing air quotes really hard.
Yeah, they're
right
on
now.
rails. That's the only thing that makes it look like a train. Oh, I guess it has wheels, sort of.
Yeah, like it's in the vicinity of train. But it looks like a puma.
Not all alien space pumas are trains, but not all trains are... all alien space pumas are trains, but all trains are alien space pumas.
Yeah, we got there. Cool.
But yeah, that's, again, because all these like illustrations you see are like part of one larger image, it kind of shows you like the larger image, and it is this. It's like a giant spaceship, all these like geometric shapes, and then you get like these weird trains coming out of it, and these weird like you get these images of these like angel-esque creatures, but they have like 4 heads. They have like a lion head, a cow head, a person's head, a bird head, and it's just some nuts shit. I again highly recommend you going onto the Imgur site and looking at it because it's pretty fucking intense. He's got like cutouts of these things. Weird again, like weird. I don't even know. They kind of look like I would like pharaohs, like mythological pharaohs, kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain what these creatures look like, but
very pharaoh-esque, and I say that because like half the images are like from a side view, not like a front-facing view. Although most of them are also front-facing, which is you really need to look at the fucking pictures to understand what we're saying.
You get a bunch of it all, but in that same picture with the alien space puma train, you also get this other image of like this contraption. It's like it kind of looks like it kind of looks like I don't know how to explain it.
It looks like the ball bearing thing.
A little bit. It looks like the ball bearing thing a little bit.
And sideways.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a UFO sort of with like another like a wheel around it. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of how to describe this because it's an audio medium. We're trying to put picture into it.
It's very weird. Like, take like classic UFO, chop like the domey top part off. Think of it as a hockey puck.
Yeah, it's a hockey puck. Yeah, with a wheel around it.
Like
an old school wagon wheel. Yeah. But I actually touch back on this later, so that's fun.
Good. Yeah. Because I mean, other than that, I'm pretty much done covering.
Yeah. There's so many images. There's no way we can talk about them all. Because again, there's like over 120. Again, go look at that Imgur post because shit's cool. You get like what looks like cities and stuff. And then on some of these pictures, you also see him like explaining what's going on. In one of them, he talks about a tornado that happened at Tampa Bay, and that's kind of what made him see a bunch of this stuff. Some of them even talk about how he's a time traveler and how he's talked to aliens. So there's a bunch of just wacky shit to go along with all this cool ass art. And again, everything is so awesomely drawn.
Can you imagine like seeing or being like abducted by aliens or talking to aliens, but then also you're like a bomb ass artist,
right?
And you're like, hey, I can
draw
exactly
you.
What happened.
He sees these, I'm assuming what might be angels, and he's just like, draw me like one of your French girls. And there is a lot of like, I would say biblical stuff, because I mean, again, we talk on the angels later, and then you start to get these weird, or earlier, and now you get these weird, like
a lot of the ships that are in the drawings are what biblical angels look like, but they're actually accompanied by what we think angels look like as like the human form.
Yeah.
Except they also have like 3 to 4 other heads.
Yeah.
And hooves.
But yeah, go check it out because they're amazing and everything's drawn super cool and you can see that pattern for the ball bearing.
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of want to like save one of these as like my phone background.
I know, right? Cool. They're fucking rad. I was thinking of doing that too. But I have a bit of like backstory, I guess you could say, on this guy here. Like I said, some of the images have like text on them and it talks about some stuff. You can kind of get like that he was trying to come up with like technology or write down this alien technology or something. So I'm going to touch on a little bit of that briefly, and I'll bring it up again. I'll bring it up too. But from what I found, back when this thing was originally posted by user whatever I said before, Tramp Stamp Dan. Tramp Stamp Dan. A lot of the people that were in on the comment section at the time actually, did what people on Reddit do and just dug their fucking claws into this thing and went bananas. On some of the pictures, you can find the name Daniel Christensen. Daniel S. Christensen. The S you find out through everything stands for Samuel. So, Samuel. A lot of this research was done on a subreddit that was called alien puma space train. And you can go there right now if you want and kind of see the detective work in action. Well, it was in action. Yeah, there it is. 4,000 members. So they found Daniel Samuel Christensen through this subreddit. Found out he was born in Denmark in 1904 to a very, very religious family. He moved to the U.S. in 1927 and lived in Jersey until he retired to Florida later on in his life. The subreddit actually was able to hunt down the person who found the box, and basically they just tried to figure out, where the hell did this box come from? They wanted to find out the origins of it. Turns out, the original owner of the box was not the person that posted the Emger post, but a user named u/that's my box.
That's my box.
That's my box. I want that box.
I don't know you.
That's my box. So the story, according to That's My Box, goes, she was moving into a home in Florida where she was renting it from this landlord. The landlord left a bunch of this stuff in the basement of this home. Just a fuckload of shit. Like, they go on to say that the Emger post that has like 128 of the pages is like 10% of the shit that was in this basement. It's barely even scratching the surface. Apparently there's just mountains more stuff out there, which the downside is user That's My Box told the landlord, like, I don't want all this garbage. Can you get rid of it? And the landlord's like, I'll help you get rid of it, but I also need you to get rid of some as well. So she got, That's My Box got a couple friends to help them move shit out. And then the friends were like, hang on, what exactly are we throwing out here? What is this? And they actually like took a look at some of this stuff and was like, oh, that's pretty fucking interesting. Like maybe we should hold on to some of this. So one of her friends took that suitcase that the Emger post is from and put it by a dumpster. I'm assuming they're going to collect it later or something, just forgot. And that's where our guy comes into play. They just grabbed it off the street, saw everything that was in it, and then was like, oh, this is kind of fucking cool. So there was an interview with That's My Box, who also mentioned that in this interview with her, she mentioned that there was this machine in one of the bedrooms that was all wooden, and she wanted the landlord to help her move it out of the house. Now, this machine was apparently made of wood, and it had a seat on the inside, and it had these like carvings in it that looked like it was supposed to be for like your hands. Like it was for Daniel Richardson's hands. Like you put it in maybe to like navigate it or activate it or something. She said that it had spinning spheres around it, and it looked exactly like the diagrams that we see in the Imgur posts. Daniel also mentions in the Imgur posts that he has traveled through time and talked to aliens and such. So he, theoretically, they stumbled upon his fucking time machine. And some your Reddit users, back when this was going crazy, actually 3D printed that that bearing.
This one?
Yeah, they 3D printed that bearing, and they're like, what do we do with this? They think that this bearing is some sort of like activation item for that time machine. So
nothing, a little plastic can.
Yeah. Maybe if it was made of wood, it'd be different. Maybe it would have worked then.
I would understand if it was like this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, someone has like a schematic, like a 3D like graphic that of what it's supposed to look like.
They made it in AutoCAD, and it's like they're blowing it up so you can see all the pieces that like can comprise it.
Mm-hmm. But that's kind of where we leave off. We left out a little bit of info, but a lot of it has to do with the pictures and everything, and it wouldn't we wouldn't do it justice talking about it over audio.
I don't. There's a lot of like physics and like science stuff that like I don't know about that I couldn't just sit here and talk to you guys about because that would be the wrong information for sure.
There are a couple like extra bits that I'll just pepper in here. from the original Reddit post that people were just bringing up. Someone was just messaged like, this is from a user flyboy_will, says that apparently the guy went slightly insane over finding extraterrestrials in the Bible. He was obsessed with, quote, living creatures, unquote. They were described in Ezekiel 10 as having 4 phases. The first was the face of a cherub. The second was the face of a man. The third was the face of a lion. The fourth was the face of an eagle. Guess what these images in the Imgur posts are? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Another user says, user ILPC says, I know the dates on the vision say July 7th, 1977 in Tampa, but all of the other dates are much older. And you do see that a lot of the dates for these are from like the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of them straight up has just a big 47 on it.
Yeah.
So.
He also goes on to ask, do you think that this was not something he thinks he already saw, but maybe an idea for a story that takes place in his future? Or to go crazy, a prophecy that he thinks he witnessed, and he picked that date for it to occur because it was 7/7/77. Are there other dates that have to do with the 70s? Because everything looks earlier than that to me. So, looking into that even more, a user named Rabbit Hole said in one of the other pictures, there is an upside-down triangle pier in one of the images. That pier is an actual pier in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it's across the bay from Tampa. And it was built in 1973, and the city is actually apparently tearing it down right now.
Those dickheads.
Yeah. And the original poster, Tram Stop Dan, messaged back saying that's where the angels were standing. Obviously, the clouds and funnel were hiding the rest of the vessel. But so it's possible that he was just kind of seeing that like triangle pier in St. Petersburg and was just like, whoa, what is this?
This man was taking some good drugs.
He very well might have been taking some good drugs.
One of the other cool things that I was looking into that I forgot to actually write down about was how those images of like the spaceships are, for lack of a better word, basically Ezekiel's wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
And basically what that is, it's a reference to the book of Ezekiel, and the images we get from that are like people inside of these like wheel contraptions that float and fly around, and it's very, very odd. I don't quite know what the shit it has to do, but like if you look up Ezekiel's wheel, you'll see a bunch of images, you'll be able to read about it, but it's very closely related to what we're talking about right now. And actually, people keep saying that they're seeing them in space, like astronomers.
Oh.
They're like, yo, that's Ezekiel's wheel.
That's Ezekiel's wheel, baby. There's another thing, too, because in some of the pictures from the Imgur post, he mentions how in Tampa, from that like upside down pyramid thing, he sees a bunch of lights and like fog, like he sees the clouds coming from it. Apparently, when this pyramid was up, it was kind of like a cool display piece in St. Petersburg, so they had a bunch of lights and fog machines always on it. So it's, again, very possible that he's just seeing a light show and is like, go fog, aliens! So I guess, like, to sum up the box of crazy is an old man potentially saw aliens or was just obsessed with the Bible and the creatures in it.
Yeah.
And
I was also like a scientist, I guess.
And maybe probably an engineer. Probably
yeah.
an engineer if he took CAD. But that's basically it's just a guy who thinks he saw aliens, might have traveled through time and space. Who the fuck knows? That's the best way to describe the box of crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think, Doug? Because I'm curious to see your opinion. Let's real or fake this real quick.
Okay.
All right, ready? On go. 1, 2, 3, go. Real. Yeah! We agree. Sick.
Okay, so the reason I think it's real is I think this person, I think this person believes what they saw was what they drew. Now, they also seem, besides the fact that they seem very sort of crazy, they also seem very smart.
Yeah.
They're very well versed. They're very knowledgeable as far as how just things work.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
how
shit.
things are.
The amount of like mathematical equations in some of the images on the immigrant post is wild. And apparently the user that's my box. I can't find anything on it, but apparently she posted some extra content. That's what she said in the in that interview. Like, oh yeah, I got a couple extra things that I kept, but like, I can't find anything on it. So it's like, you know, how true is that? I'm not even sure if you could find That's My Box on Reddit anymore even.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're active anymore.
They're not yeah, so it's hard to say what's real and what's what with this, but I didn't want to cut you off, but I just mentioned I forgot to mention before that there's even more shit potentially out there.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the only reason I think it's real is A, I just really want aliens to be real, and B, I think this person really believes, like, not the person posting the images, but the person's box that it is, really believed the things that they were talking about, and like, sure, it could be fabricated, it could be just someone being like, hey, look at my cool drawings, and here's the story, but like, there's no links to anywhere, there's nothing that like takes you anywhere else, there's like, this person, whoever posted the images, if it is fake, they had nothing to gain from it.
Yeah, so, it's not like they're advertising for their band, like the fucking KFC murder chicks or something.
So, I mean, realistically, like, I think someone thinks that they think they saw something miraculous and crazy, and they told their story about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm walking that line between, like, what I think, if I think it's real, like, straight up aliens, or like if I think it's real, like you said, this guy believes what he saw. Because like a bunch of the other theories I was seeing was like this guy was trying to be a sci-fi author, and this is like world building stuff. Because if you look at the posts, there's not much really connecting anything together. I mean, like I said, you have some images of like continents. You have other images of like screaming cows. You got other images of like the angels, geometric shapes. The flying machines and stuff, and the weird patents for stuff, like
the first 4 pages you read, it reads more like a book than it does like someone's like thoughts.
Yeah, so part of me thinks like he was trying to be the next like J.K. or J.R.R. Tolkien. I almost said J.K. Rowling, but she didn't make fucking Lord of the Rings. But I'm wondering if he's trying to be like the next Tolkien and like.
Space Token?
Yeah, Space Token, and make this like huge fucking, you know, fantasy sci-fi future world.
Yeah.
But part of me also wants to believe that he saw alien. Like, what if this guy's a fucking scry? You know, like how we thought. Yeah, or like how we thought like Lovecraft was a scry for what's his face, Azathoth.
Yeah. That's possible.
What if he was visited by some alien? And he's just fucking drawing and writing down whatever information this alien gave him, because he didn't want to forget it. Obviously, like we said, this guy's smart.
I wonder where these aliens would go in the hierarchy of
aliens,
outer gods, and like space aliens that we think of and know, like Greys and the Anunnaki, and like.
I feel like these would be like the elves of like the alien races, like they're like, I'm better than all of you. Ooh. Just by how they look, you know, they're dressed so elegantly and whatnot. But let us know what you guys think, because it's hard to say what this is. I do, like we said, I hope it's real. There's part of it that I'm like,
it's all images, so a lot of this we're just speculating. I wonder if you guys just heard my cat sneeze.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
But so yeah, we're just like wildly speculating on this stuff. Like, there's a bit of text that you can read throughout this whole thing, but like the only thing that's happening is you have a bunch of images, and then you basically go to the Reddit again, and then read all the comments from everyone, and you kind of just have to take it at face value.
Yeah.
So.
That's the box of crazy.
That was the box of crazy.
The box of crazy. And, I mean, yeah, this is a bit lighter of an episode, but me and Doug were trying to keep them a little light because it's hard doing heavy episodes with only two of us, and it's not the same without Jason.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, we're working on learning a bunch of new systems and all this crazy shit that's happening, just so we can all have a better workload ahead of us and not just crush Jason's soul with all the work of editing every episode. So, just keep bearing with us. This audio should be 1,000 times better since we're recording it through Audition and not through Discord over a video recording that I'm ripping the audio from. So, yeah.
You have anything you want to say to the people, the beautiful people, Badoodoo?
Yeah, it's been a while, y'all. But if you could just give me a classic, slap them peens and beans together, and just do it like you don't give a fuck, I would appreciate it.
Great. And I would appreciate it too because you know who is the most outer of the outer gods? Not these angelic-looking creatures. It's Orthon. He's out there. He's in space. I want you all to drink some milk to really build up your calcium intake, because when he shows his face to this world, only those of you with the strongest bones will survive. So drink plenty of milk. You're going to need it. And then if anyone asks, what the hell are you doing with all that milk? Just give him a kiss.
Right on the dick.
Give him a kiss right on the dick. And be like, that's from your dad, and run away.
Oh my fucking god. All right, people.
Oh, wait, before we go.
Okay.
Linktree.com/DelutiPod.
There's that.
The Linktree has all of our information on it. All of our socials, we're either DelutiPod on everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we're DelutiPod, or Don't Look Under the Internet. YouTube, or Don't Look Under the Internet. That shit's popping off right now, which is awesome. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/DelutiPod, but let's be real, it won't be coffee, it's going to be booze. If you think we're worth any type of money, you could also go to patreon.com/DelutiPod. Again, you're going to get like 3 additional episodes, bare minimum a month. It could potentially be more. Again, the one bonus could turn into more if you feel like it. So,
it's a mystery.
It's a mystery, but you will be getting a lot for that. And there's a lot of special, awesome people in the Patreon. So, and you get to be in the Patreon exclusive channels that we have on Discord as well. Find us on our Discord as well. Our Discord is in the link tree. And then our Google phone number, 630-909-9366. I'm not going to do it 3. Yeah, it's 4 times.
Wow.
Text us or leave us a voicemail. We're not really adding voicemails in at the moment because of everything that's going on. But if you guys leave us some, we'll get a batch going so we can just start putting them in. And then merch.
Get it while it's hot.
Our merch link, our merch link is in our descriptions for all of our socials, and also it's in the link tree as well. But we are going to be phasing out a bunch of that merch stuff and replacing it with other merch very soon here. So get it while you can. That's probably going to be happening within the month here. But yeah, just go to our link tree. It's got everything. Linktree.com/DelutiPod. Everything's there. That's all I got. Oh, and review us on Spotify. That'd be dope. I look at that daily, and I'm very happy with that. So that'd be dope.
he do like that. So make Mike a happy daddy.
Yeah, I like being happy daddy, not sad daddy. Anyway,
right,
goodbye everybody. Have a
Fuck you
day.
guys.
Don't look under the internet.